I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. Just had some technical issues then, trying to get on here. I'm only a minute late, that's all right. I don't know why. The camera will only connect using Wi-Fi. It's weird. It's plugged in by USB, USC, but it won't connect by that. Is it working? Not yet. The delay's on. So yeah, welcome to Psychic Cafe for today, Monday the 20th of July. I got here in the end. We've got interesting energies for the day in the daily read. Do you like my new flowers? Hey Crystal. Hey Lisa. How is everybody today? Yeah, we've got interesting energies. It was about new relationships, but new love. But it was about emotional new beginnings. It was about how we feel, the romantic side of us, right? It's inside of us, the romantic side of us. Hey Donna, good to see you in here. You know, we can look at a person, or we can look at a thing, we can look at these flowers and feel romantic, or we can look at these flowers and not feel romantic. It's inside of us. How we feel is inside of us. This emotional state and our outlook on it is inside of us, right? Hey Corey, hey Eva. And that's what today's energy is all about, being clear about that. So we can have like a new beginning today, but it depends on our focus on ourselves and our focus on other people and our outlook on the world, right? And so it's like we get a choice today. How do you want it? You might wake up, for a lot of you in the morning, wake up feeling like a completely different person. It just depends on your vibration the day before, really. New moon, yeah, new moon's at about midnight tonight. So it's tomorrow for me. It's after midnight. So tomorrow will be a new moon special on here. So come along tomorrow for sure. Lisa's doing wonderfully. So hot in Phoenix, Arizona. Just had a shower, so feeling glorious. Nice. Yeah, new moon. So yeah, the new moon special will be tomorrow because it's tomorrow for me. It's not today. I have to do a new moon reading for yourself later, for sure. You a reader, Lisa? Yeah, so interesting energies for today, I think. It's very much a day, isn't it always? But it's a day where we can make it what we want to make it. Hey, Beth. How are you, Beth? New moon's best time for affirmations. Yeah, for asking for what we want as well. I've got a really mixed bag in my cards today. I got the Five of Swords, defeat. That's like lack, and I got fear of lack and initiate as well. I don't know what that's about because I'm not feeling a lack. Though it's pouring with rain today, and I've got a massage booked at 3 o'clock this afternoon. I didn't do it yesterday. I wasn't feeling up to it, so I took the day off yesterday. It was amazing. And so for all of you who are waiting for readings, I've got so many to do because I didn't do any yesterday. It was great. I didn't do any. I took the day off. I'll be doing them right after this because some people have almost been waiting 24 hours. I got the starfish for myself as well. Open to infinite possibilities, so that's amazing. I've got blame and communication coming, but I've got the starborn. So it's a really mixed bag. Like I've got to watch myself today because that is really mixed. Could go either way. My day could go either way. Lisa, yes I am. Mostly do it for myself. Awesome. But really source reads for me. Different non-physical will pipe up and say they want to do a reading. And they pick the cards and layouts. I just listen along. Awesome. Sounds good to me. Right, so let's pick some cards out. Which one should we do today? Let's just do the spirit animal as usual. I like this deck. I really do. 2 more decks arrived yesterday, but I wasn't even feeling up to going and collecting them from the stadium. I'll get them today on my way for the massage. I was so low in energy yesterday. I ate about 5 meals. I was a hungry girl. But it was a really nice day. I watched 2 movies. I just chilled out. It was great. Very rare I can do that at the weekends when I got a half-price sale on. But yeah, Saturday was quiet, so I could. Saturday was quiet with orders. It wasn't quiet with orders yesterday, but I knew that I've got today to do it, so not a problem. A card for today. So yeah, we got the second new moon in Cancer. Interesting. Carrying on with what we started last month. The new beginnings that we started last month. Get 2 shots at it this time. 2 shots at the Cancer new moon. What was it about last time for you personally, the new moon? Oh, we've got Eagle Spirit. Spirit has your back. The eagle's got a crown on as well. Got to remember to smile. Because I take the thumbnails from this, from the videos. And I'm never smiling. I'm just like looking deadpan face at the camera. Eagle Spirit. Spirit has your back. That's for the thumbnail. So, Spirit, eagles, you know, they just soar around, going around in circles on those hot air currents that are up there, so that they're using very little energy. But they get to see the bigger picture, right? And they've got really good vision. And so they can see tiny little animals, even though they're way, way up there. And Spirit has our back. Spirit sees the bigger picture, even when we can't. That's what I'm picking up from this. And so if you're not seeing this sense, that, or the bigger picture of what is going on in your lives with endings, when things are up in the air, you know, even with the COVID situation, I bet anything that it's going to be positive for everybody in the end, the shake-up that is happening at the moment. But when you can't see that, it's hard to go through it, isn't it? It's hard to go through endings, it's hard to go through breakups, it's hard to go through, especially when things are taken away, and things have been taken away from people. So that's what that's about. Let's stick that there. I didn't get my poster made up yet. My impending, what was it? Impending prosperity premiere poster from yesterday's cards. Remember that? We're all getting a poster made of ourselves. Our impending premiere. Impending prosperity premiere. Get a poster made of yourself and put it up. Let's see if I've got that card. No, I've used these since. That was the Queen of Pentacles that we got yesterday, which was brilliant for the abundance special that I did. But the Queen of Pentacles, she was stood in front of a poster of herself. It's like a celebrate, you know, as if, say if you want business success or something, get a poster made of yourself, your image of this business success, like it's going to happen, and put it up in your house. So that's the task for everybody, just reminding everyone to get on with that. Who else have we got in here? Just made some special cookies. Lisa, I'm understanding your accent better now. I rarely have trouble understanding a word or phrase. I like your accent. Thank you. Hello, Rose. How are you going? So let's pick a card out. I love this deck. I'm on my search for the real deal Lightseers deck, because I'm pretty sure the one that's going to arrive this week is not the real one. So I've been messaging Asian sellers on this site and asking them, is it the original? They won't answer a question, you know, and that's when I can tell it's not the original. So I've messaged the seller of these, the ones that I got this from, saying, can you please get me the original of the Lightseers, and I'll buy more decks off you if you can, because I think the seller of these has got all original decks, but they don't sell very many decks. Card for everyone today. What have we got for today? Oh, another starfish. I got the starfish. And there's a starfish on this. Yeah, it's the Ace of Emotions. We've got the Ace of Emotions today. Another starfish. How funny. So my starfish says open to infinite possibility. Right, let's read it from the book, this one. The Ace of Emotions. I'll stick it there so you can see it. Oh, I've got a delay on my camera again. That's not good. Ace of Emotions. I think it's going to be about a new relationship. But as I said in the daily, it could be about a new relationship with yourself, because you can, look at yourself with romantic eyes too. At yourself with romantic eyes. So, Ace of Emotions. Keywords, new relationships. What did I say? Exciting new feelings emerging, right? The feelings are inside of ourselves. We can be romantic or not. It just depends on the way that we focus on stuff. Compassion and creativity, emotional intelligence, and the institution of the heart. A time to connect with any repressed emotions. Healing, unblocking creativity. Yeah, I'm not really picking up that it's a healing time at the moment for this, for the emotional stuff. It's more like a redirection in just getting ourselves to feel better. Like, when you look at yourself in the mirror, do you have romantic feelings towards yourself? Do you feel really good about yourself? How are your emotions towards yourself? That's what today is all about. And other people too. And so if you've got the self-emotions down pat and you feel really good about yourself, and you're loving yourself when you look at yourself in the mirror, then I just noticed there's a mirror over there and I can see the back of the camera. So I can see the image that's on the camera. Anyway. Yeah, if you've got that down pat, if you've got the way that you emotionally view yourself down pat, then it's time to focus on other people with those same emotions. Then you can be romantic with someone else. It's no good being romantic with someone else when you're not toward yourself, because then you'll be seeking them to be romantic towards you. You're not filling your cup first if you do that. It's a day to fill our cups first. The prompt is reading your heart waves. Oh. This watery ace is as fluid as the seaweed that dances and sways with the currents. She's always bubbling with new feelings brought to life under the mirrored surface of her creative shores. Hers is a creativity of the heart, an intelligence guided by emotion. She creates new perceptions and awareness of all the magical connections that contain the genesis of, loving relationships. She does this through healing, blending, introducing, and taking the plunge toward love, each and every time. She invites you to the depths of her tide, to swim in her healing waters, and emerge at the surface of your truth, where she will open up the rivers of new affinities and experiences. Beautiful new heart connections are on their way. Nice. Hey, AP. No, you're only on my computer. What does it say? I can see your messages there. I can't see them on my iPad again. So here's the little rhyme to muse on. So helpless am I to resist, so eager am I to insist, and willfully I swim into sea of the new with nothing, more than my open heart, and my pockets filled with hope for that which the tides bring. It's a day to get open-hearted, for sure. Love that one. That's our Ace of Emotions, the Ace of Cups today. New beginnings, but it could be with yourself and how you're feeling. It could be with someone else as well. Let me know. I love those cards. What's everyone saying? You're late, Barbara. You're not too late. Hey, Anne, how are you? You have a new relationship starting. Right on track for me. So romantic. Oh, cool, Lisa. That sounds good. Nice. I kind of have, but there's complications, I think. It's a slow start for me and mine. Okay, let's get some cards out for the day. What else do we need to know about today? Oh, I didn't get one. No, let me get one of those. one of these cards out first for everybody, for my microphone. One for the microphone stand. The Wild Unknown Archetypes. Oop. Slow to come out. It's the afternoon for you, Anne. It's afternoon already in New Zealand. You're in New Zealand, aren't you? Wow, you're so far ahead. So, Anne, you've got the new moon in the morning, like waking morning rather than just, it's something like midnight for me tomorrow. Noticing your energy is changing, is it? How's it changing, Barbara? Changing. Well, the cards don't want to come out. There you go. Throw themselves on the floor. We had this the other day. We've got the castle again. The castle, it's about building things from the ground up. And when we're talking about emotions and love and relationships and stuff, the foundations are in ourselves, right? In ourselves, how we're feeling about ourselves. For sure, it's about self-love. The foundations, I mean. There's a rose there as well. I hadn't noticed that before. There's a rose in the castle. So self-love, it is the foundation of everything. I know that. I've learned that for myself. Because it's the gatekeeper, it's what you'll let in. Self-love. The universe can only love us as much as we will love ourselves. It loves us, but it'll only show that. It'll only let it in. We can only let it in as much as we love ourselves. So those foundations, especially for relationships, they're based in ourselves. We've got to love ourselves first. And feel good about ourselves. Not just about, loving ourselves. It's just a weird concept, isn't it? There's so many different facets to it. Like there's self-care, there's doing good things for ourselves, there's choosing good things for ourselves, but there's the emotional feeling toward ourselves as well. So it's that feeling that you get when you look in the mirror. That's what we're focusing on today. Do the rest of it too. So we've got the castle. To build relationships on firm foundations requires us to love ourselves first. There we go. What's everyone saying now? Hey Tracy, you're late. How's my energy changing, Barbara? Okay, some cards for today. What else should we look out for today? First card out is Mystery. It's a good one. Mystery and knowing. The things that we think we know and then they don't work out, or they don't work out in that moment. You know when we have like an intuitive knowing about something or someone, and then we're kind of shocked that we got it wrong, or we think we got it wrong, or we're wondering why we got an intuitive hit on something if it wasn't true, that kind of thing. And so when applied to relationships, it could be you're feeling a real strong connection with someone, you have this intuitive hit that they're important to you or something like that, and then it doesn't happen. There's the mystery, Sometimes people are put in our lives and we get that intuitive hit because we need to connect with them in some way, or we need to look on them with romantic eyes in some way to ignite something or get us aligned with something for the right person to come in. That often happens with me. Hey, Kathy, you're welcome. That's you, Crystal. And as I said the other day, when we're old souls, we can feel very connected to a lot of people. We've got a lot of lifetimes, a lot of interaction with people. But it doesn't mean that it should be a romantic connection. And often people mistake the law of attraction kind of attraction for romantic attraction. And so that can be an element of it too. I've also got peace and criticism. Oh yeah, that came up in the daily. Criticism in intimate relationships can happen today. Sorry to let you know that. But being at peace with that. And so everyone's going through it. Everyone's going through this emotional kind of shake-up. I guess it's got something to do with the new moon, hey? Cancer. Emotional shake-up. And so if that causes someone that you're in an intimate relationship with, whether that's a romantic relationship, a partner, or family members or close friends or whatever, if there's criticism coming in, just be at peace with that, because it's what they're going through. It's the emotional stuff that's going on for all of us at the moment. That's what's triggering their criticism. You sent me the castle page through Messenger. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Donna. Finishing a chapter up, easing into the next one, not really knowing for certain what's ahead. A strong male energy hanging by you. Oh, really? Interesting. Strong male energy. I wonder who it is. I keep on getting that King of Wands card out. I think I know who it is, but maybe I don't. You feel such a strong pull, but they feel nothing. So it could be a carrot, you know? Do you know what I mean by that, Crystal? A carrot. The universe gives us carrots sometimes. So one example of it is maybe about 2 years ago, online I met this guy, and we are so similar, it's ridiculous. He's an entrepreneur too. He's got a film studio, and he's an author as well, and a coach and stuff, and works out and is into Muay Thai, and we've got so much in common. Anyway, we hit it off, and he was on a nearby island, and it's the first time that I've ever met somebody that's kind of at my level in many respects. You know, he's emotionally intelligent, he's wise, and we just hit it off completely. Anyway, he was living in Bangkok, but moving to Africa. I was going to go and see him, but it never happened. But anyway, he was my carrot, right? Because he was the first person that I've met kind of at my level in the whole world, ever. And just him existing was enough for me to step up even further, because I'd been holding myself back without realizing it. I've been holding my energy down because I was already outperforming everyone, you know, every guy that meets me, every romantic interest, they are intimidated by me or whatever. No one ever feels good enough, kind of thing. And it's not the way that I'm looking at people, but when I kind of virtually met him, and he was my carrot anyway. He was the influence for me to reach even further in my business, to reach even further in my fitness and everything too, because he does, you know. And so, yeah, he was my carrot. And so nothing came of that. But he was my carrot. And so, Crystal, maybe it's a carrot. Maybe there's something about them that is just getting you in alignment with that. And it's the idea of them, right? That's about those romantic feelings. That's what today is all about. It's about the feelings when you look at somebody, that connection that you feel. That's inside of you. That's not anything to do with them. That's inside of you, Crystal. Barbara, not minding he's there, almost like a pal energy, feeling that you're fine with, even though there's not quite a clarity yet. Oh, interesting. I think I got what you mean there, Barbara. Yeah, I'm really happy at the moment. My life is great. Social life isn't great, but that's okay too. We've also got today rest and doubt cancels abundance. Now, I almost said abundance is coming then, and that was wanting to come out of my mouth. So let's go with that. Rest and abundance is coming. I kind of tripped up on it a little bit and said what was on the card instead. But what I was seeing was rest and abundance is coming. So that abundance that you've been waiting for, if you are waiting for abundance, who isn't? Rest. Rest at the moment. It's an emotional time at the moment. The phase that we're going through right now. It's about how we feel about ourselves. It's about those foundations, Castle. And so you don't need to focus on the abundance stuff. That's just going to happen anyway. You can rest up. Crystal. That look you get when the universe gives you what you need instead of what you want. That's me right now. Funny, I've had this answer already. What else today? And then I'm going to do mini reads, so I know there's a bit of a delay, so I might as well ask you now. Who wants a reading? Pop it up. We've got cleanse and travel. Travel card keeps on coming out, doesn't it? And we can't, can we? The borders are closed. We can't travel. What's that about? Letting go of impediments to travel that are inside of ourselves. What's holding you back from the travel that you want to do within yourself? Because if we'd all just let go of that, then the borders would open, right? Then the universe doesn't need to have the borders closed. As a reflection of how we're feeling, of where we're not going. Where are you not going? Interesting. I'm not going on a visa run. I'd quite like to. I want to go shopping. I want to get some more clothes. New clothes. I'm missing it. I'm missing my visa runs. Usually I go every 3 months on a shopping spree at the city. And now it's been, what? I haven't been, it was February last time I was away. And there's no sign of it happening in the near future. Or, you know, if you'd have told me this a couple of years ago, I'd think, oh, great, I don't have to go on a visa run. And now it's actually happening. I'm like, I want to go on one. Whoa. That's a lot of requests. Lisa, I've been getting abundance is coming so much recently. I'm excited. I'm exited. I think you mean I'm excited. Picked out a house in Seattle. Nice. Love it, Lisa. I'm awesome. Thank you, Crystal. Okay, Sherry's up first. Sherry L. How many Sherrys do we have in the house tonight? There's a lot of Sherrys. You're all American, aren't you? Sherrys. Sherry is a very popular name in America, apparently. Sherry. Sherry, so I'm focusing on that. These emotional new beginnings, what it's leading us to. And Sherry Al, you've got listen and gratitude. What I'm picking up from this, Sherry, is that you're trying to convince yourself to be grateful for things that you're not grateful for. You're trying to head yourself in a certain way. So if you're like focused on abundance or something, Sherry, you might be trying to make yourself feel grateful for certain things, like money coming in, or when you see abundance in someone else. But it's not really coming naturally to you. And this is saying, listen to what you naturally feel grateful for, right? Because that's how it's going to come through. So if abundance is being the example here, if I were to spend all my time like focused on money and focused on wealth and stuff like that, instead of focusing on tarot cards and doing readings and stuff that really I'm really grateful for, that I really love. If I was just focused on the money's not going to come, right? Because I've got to be focused on the things that I really love. And so, Sherry, get focused on the things that you are really grateful for, because the abundance is in that. You don't need to focus on the abundance itself. If it's abundance that I'm talking about, it could be love that you're focused on, and you're trying to make yourself be grateful for certain things in relationships. You know, Do you get what I'm saying, Sherry? Anyway, that's you. Donna, how long have you been getting readings from me? I'm pretty sure you are with Be Healing. 2011? Or was it before that? Before I published my book, was it? Or after? My first book I'm talking about. You've been with Be Healing a long time. Donna, you've got Who is Aware in Service. Emotional beginnings. Yes, Donna. Your awareness of being of service in a relationship. Your need to do that. You're wanting to be of service to help somebody in a relationship. Why does that make you feel romantic when you can help somebody? Or are you seeing relationships as a kind of an institution where you help each other out? What's behind that, Donna? I'm pretty sure it's not making you feel romantic. I feel like, Donna, this is saying about your awareness of relationships is on a very base level. You know, like years ago when marriage was all about a man owning a woman kind of thing, because women didn't have any rights, and it was very much a transactional thing. I don't feel like you're in that kind of a mindset, but you're not far off it really in the way that you look at it. Being of service to each other. Right, but there's way more, there's way higher vibrational relationships than that. Something to think about, Donna. Corey's next. What about your emotional new beginnings, Corey? Again, you've got to listen to yourself and find a new approach to listening to yourself, listening to what's really in your heart, listening. Yeah, a lot of us have been switched off to our hearts, not listening to our emotional state, trying to override it, maybe trying to do the law of attraction thing. That's one of the real downsides of a lot of law of attraction teachings that they've taught us to try and override ourselves instead of listening to the feedback. Our emotional system is a feedback tool for sure. And we've got to be truthful about it and honest about it and get the feedback from it and make decisions based on it. And so men in particular are closed off to listening to their emotional states, I've noticed. So find a new approach to listening to your emotions. Maybe check in with yourself more. Check yourself before you wreck yourself, Corey. But check into how you're feeling. Like, how do I really feel about this? How am I really feeling in this moment? I did that yesterday, and it caused me to have the day off. The only thing I did yesterday was I rode my bike to the supermarket, the closest supermarket. I bought myself a bottle of wine, and then I rode back home. And I really enjoyed that bottle of wine. I started it in the afternoon, and I finished it just before I went to bed about 8 o'clock. Just sipping on it all day, and it was so nice. Watching movies. Anyway, that's what I did when I listened to myself, and I needed that day off to myself. Kathy's up next. What about your emotional new beginnings? You've got meditating up until now. Strictness, Kathy. A strict spiritual routine is what I'm hearing here, or what the vibes that I'm picking up from these cards. You've had a strict spiritual routine, and it's not very feminine and flowing, and now you're being asked to change your spiritual routine to be more flowing, more in the flow. And so, you know, like if you've got like a set routine, like praying in the morning or meditating in the morning, something like that, you could like ask yourself what it is that you want to do, how you want to connect. You know, you might want to dance around naked in the rain instead, something like that. One day. And then the next day you might want to pray. But I'm feeling like it's time to open that up a little bit. Yeah, because have you got a strict spiritual practice? It's good to have habits, but then sometimes the habits can be restrictive if we keep them too long. Lisa's up next. Oh, let's see what everyone's saying. I was in Australia, yeah. I've always been like that my whole life, the need to help everyone. Stop it. Well, stop it in romantic relationships. That was said in the Daily Read as well. That describes my whole life in service to everyone. I don't know why I'm like that, but my friendship with John was always the incredible feeling of him taking care of me at times. Scraps. I think I need to meditate more. Kathy, that you need to dance naked in the rain more. Yeah, maybe meditate more. I'm a very habitual person, Kathy. I get myself into these routines, but the routines, they don't last long. I mean, I switch them up. So I can have a routine for a week, and then I switch it to another routine, and then have that for a couple of weeks, and then I'm like that. Lisa, I'm going to get around to you. Need to connect more to a spiritual level. Haven't been listening, so I need to listen more. Yeah. New patterns for you. Okay, Lisa. Lisa, in the fight. You've got up until now and love what is. So this is saying in the past you weren't loving what is, and it's time to love what is now. As in, don't fight the present moment. Don't fight where you are right now. Where you are right now is where you are right now. And when you're in acceptance and love where you are right now, that's when you can start moving forward toward what you want. But most people don't do that. Most people try and fight where they are right now, not accept it. Which is kind of violent, isn't it? It's like fighting the whole universe and fighting yourself, which is even worse. So, yeah, this is about self-love, Lisa. Loving yourself more, especially about where you are right now. Being happy with yourself and where you are on the path that you're on. Feeling better about that. Tracy. Oh, wow, Tracy. Okay, your emotional new beginnings, Tracy. You've got to follow my knowing and judgment separates. Tracy, your intuition is good, but sometimes you can discount your intuition and say, no, I'm not going to follow that because that's judgment. You start judging yourself on your intuition, thinking it's judgment. And it's not, it's your intuition. And so it's okay to be judgmental. It's okay. It's called discernment. Call it discernment instead, not judgment. That's how we make decisions for ourselves. And so, Tracy, someone negative, this came up in the Daily Read as well. You don't want to be that person with rose-tinted glasses because you don't want to be judgmental. And then someone like a narcissist or an abusive person comes in front of you and you think, I'm not going to judge them, even though my intuition is saying the red flags, waving red flags around. That's judgmental. I'm not going to be judgmental. I'm going to see the best in them. You don't want to do that. That is so dangerous. I used to do that. It's so dangerous. You end up with all kinds of terrible people in your life. Don't do that. Stop doing that. If that's what you've been doing, Tracy, stop it. Stop judging your judgment. Call it discernment instead, and then you'll be okay about your intuition. Wow. Eva. Eva, you have going well and go for it. So emotional new beginnings, it's about feeling that things are going well instead of things aren't going well. It's a really important shift, that, like a self-loving shift, going from I'm not doing very well, I'm not where I should be, there's something wrong with me, to things are going well, I'm on track, things are going well, I'm on track. Very similar to this, who was that? To Lisa's. Of being okay where you are right now on the path. But instead of thinking that you're not where you should be, start thinking things are going well, because they are. And that's going to allow you to move forward. It's about loving what is again, isn't it? Loving where you're at right now, Eva. Crystal. Crystal's up next. Emotional new beginnings for you, Crystal. It's play. You've got play in this moment. Being in the moment and playing. Not adding so much weight. Okay, so this is what you're doing in relationships, Crystal. Is you're making it a big hairy deal. You're feeling something, you're feeling a connection, and then you're like, they're the one. You're making it into this big thing. It's like this castle, right? You're building that castle in your head on just a little grain of sand, not a firm foundation. Just an idea, just a feeling. And then you're building this castle in your mind. Stop doing that. Be in the moment, have fun in the moment. Let those foundations, these castle foundations, be built in reality when somebody makes an effort. You know, for firm foundations in a relationship, it requires two people that want the same thing, two people that are invested in it, two people that want to build a relationship. Without that firm foundation, there's nothing there. It can't be built on a dream of one person, one person's dream. So get yourself in the moment and allow yourself to play and find out if that person wants the same thing as you. And then move on. If somebody isn't willing to put in the work, or doesn't want the same thing, or isn't willing, or just ready or wanting to invest in something. Relationships take work. It takes investment. It takes investment of time and effort. You've got to find someone that is willing to do that if you want a relationship. I was getting really clearly, you're trying to build this fantasy castle on a grain of sand. Of course it's going to fall over. Actual physical reality foundations need to be built in relationships. And this is how. Play. Get in the moment and play. Don't make it such a big hairy deal. Don't make those big castles in your imagination in relationships, in fantasy land. Called you out, Crystal. You got called out by your higher self. Leslie. Leslie's up next. Leslie, you got mirror reflection and include. People around you showing you where you're at. Really notice who's around you. Because how you're feeling about yourself, Leslie, is mirrored in those people around you. How they're feeling about themselves, how they're loving themselves, how they're taking care of themselves. They're mirrors to you. And that will give you insight in what you're doing to yourself. Leslie, that's you. Called you out. It wasn't me, it was your higher self. I'm just the messenger, Crystal. Don't shoot the messenger. Lisa, Eva's reading, referring back to mine, was very clarifying. So sore I wasn't quite getting it, so they added that bit. Love it. On fire tonight. Heavy. The emotional stuff is always heavy, isn't it? Where am I? That was Leslie, right. Donna wishes she could travel. I know, right? Barbara's next. Barbara. Let's see what's going on for you, Barbara. Yeah, heavy. I just got a heavy feeling then in my chest. Barbara, appreciate self and one step at a time is what you've got. You've not been loving yourself very much at all, Barbara. That's why I was feeling that heaviness. Ugh, heavy heart. You're learning how to appreciate yourself more and more, but it's just like step by step, you're raising yourself up because you've been way down there with your self-love. You're raising yourself up, learning to appreciate yourself a little bit more. You're noticing things about yourself that you like. Learning to appreciate yourself one step at a time, Barbara. Keep going on that path. You're already on it. You're doing well. Just keep going. You're on that path to self-love. Cars and travel is for me. Blissing so much. Everything is for me. I see everything as mine. I'm like those seagulls. Rose is up next. Yeah, Donna, did you get a signed copy of my first book from me? Because if you did, that was ages ago. That would have been in 2012. Rose, what are your emotional new beginnings? Yeah, very similar to, I forget your names, Eva and who else was it? Lisa. I've lost my place. Rose. Yeah, you've got You're on Track and Create, so I'm feeling like you're holding yourself back from being creative, Rose. Because you feel like you're not on track. It's like you're holding the brakes on because you don't think you're on the rails yet, as if you're a little train. You don't think you're on the right track yet. You don't think you're on those rails yet, so you're holding those brakes on. Not wanting to create because you're not sure you're getting it right yet. And I think this is slightly intuitive too, because I'm getting that same message about the foundations. You know the foundations aren't quite right yet. The self-love foundations aren't quite right. But maybe the only thing that isn't quite right, Rose, is that you're not thinking that you're on track. Maybe you are on track. Maybe you're always on track. We're not trains. Like the path will always unfold in front of us. Our higher selves move the path in front of us no matter what we do. So yours is a really similar message to other people's as well. You need to know that you're on track, and that's going to open the doors to create things. Just create with reckless abandon. Just put the stuff out there. You know, the other day when I was talking about sometimes you need to write that, or you need to create that thing that just does nothing, that goes nowhere, just to realize you can just create and put it out there with no expectations, and then that gives you so much freedom to do that. But if you're always holding yourself back because you don't think you're quite ready yet, not good enough yet, not quite on the right track yet, it stops you from creating. Corey, you had the day off yesterday too. I was exhausted. Yeah, same. Like, to not even go for my massage, you know? That's how tired I was. I cancelled my massage and changed it for today. Didn't even want to get on my bike and ride. It's only like a 10-minute ride. I was so exhausted I didn't think I could even lay there for 2 hours and have a massage. It's not a relaxation massage though. That was heavy. Yeah, heavy feeling with you, Barbara. I'm on fire tonight. Honesty. I know. Bitch readings. Remember when Tiffany used to work for me? That's what we used to crack each other up. Because she gives very honest readings as well. And we used to like be chatting as we were working together, and we'd say we should call it bitch readings. Give bitch in your face readings, something like that. calling people out. But you've got to do it, right? Sometimes the energy comes through really strong like that. I need to hear it, you know. I need to hear that kind of stuff. I get called out by my own readings too. And by other people's readings as well. Like the private reads that I do, sometimes they're just calling me out on my stuff. My higher self works through your higher selves to tell me what I need to know when I do the readings for you. Okay, I think I've done everybody. I just counted, I have 8 bookshelves in my bedroom. Wow. My book's there somewhere. Leslie, interesting. I'm not around too many people at the moment due to COVID. Those I am around are content, which is how I feel today. Nice. Lisa's holding herself back from creating on a business plan. Oh, boring. Business plan. I've never made a business plan in my life. I wing it. No, I don't wing it. I just go intuitively. And it works for me. Oh, Sylvania, we've got somebody new. You missed it all, Sylvania, but you can have a reading if you want. Let's get your card out. So I've been talking, Sylvania, I've been talking about emotional new beginnings. You have to watch the replay, but let's top you off. Let's top it off with a reading for you. So what is your new emotional beginning, Sylvania? Let's see if you get called out too. Surrendering to joy. Sylvania, you're holding yourself back from joy. You don't want to feel it. Oh, what's this? Some kind of a block to feeling joy. Maybe like my parents used to tell me when I was having a really good time, they used to tell me, it'll end in tears. You won't surrender to joy. You're holding on somehow. Holding on for control, not trusting yourself to surrender to joy. And so, Sylvania, this new moon, I'm doing a new moon special tomorrow, so come along to that. But it's about emotional new beginnings, and your higher self wants to take you toward joy. It's joy. What's so scary about that? Have I been going for an hour yet? Almost, yes. Feels like it. When I say business plan, it isn't a written up business plan. Good. Just a business idea plan. Yeah, inside of your head, right? 2 years into. And now is when it's time to get serious ideas put down. Website layouts. Okay. Go for it, Lisa. Go for it. So thank you everyone for coming along. Thanks for clicking likes and all your subscribes and all of that stuff. And sharing it with other people as well. So many of you are sharing my stuff now. Thank you so much for that. My YouTube channel's growing by the day really fast, so thank you all for your help. Oh no, AP! I forgot. AP! Forgot to look at my computer screen. Sorry, AP. Oh. AP, what's your new beginning? You got new beginning and accept what is. Accepting how the universe and your higher self is steering you, AP, instead of you trying to be in control of it. Yeah? So you're on this mystery path, AP, and you've got to kind of surrender to that. You know which one was it? The eagle. It was the eagle. This one. Trusting that your higher self has the bigger picture and it is leading you in the right way, even though it seems a little bit disappointing along the way to you. Let go of the controls and go along for the ride, AP. Accept what is. Your new beginning is coming. There you go, AP. Sorry I missed you out. I wasn't looking at your messages on the screen because it's right over there. Thanks, Donna. Yeah, follow intuition in business. It's great. Only way to live. I think so too. Thanks, Lisa. Thanks, Eva. Thanks, everyone, for coming along. We'll do a new moon special tomorrow, so come along for that. Enjoy the new moon energies, which will be between this one and the next one. I got you in the end, AP. Bye, everyone. Have a great day or night or whatever. Wherever it is. Whatever it is. Bye.